Good morning. And in studio, please welcome Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto from Cinema Vet. Good morning.
Good morning.
You and I love this weather.
Yeah, it's very nice for a change.
And we were talking about it. We just like seasonally appropriate weather.
Exactly.
That's when it's fall, it should not be 100 degrees.
No, for sure.
We're just saying.
It needs to be
chilly.
chilly.
Not that we hate summer, but summer should be over.
Right.
And speaking of that, let's talk about Dr. Jaimie, by the way, is brilliant veterinarian from Cinema Vet, and that is her business located on Cinema Drive, hence the name Cinema Vet. That was a no-brainer, huh?
Right.
What if you ever move the offices?
I know.
What happens? Like,
I've thought of that. I
yeah?
don't know. We'll cross
Okay.
that bridge if we ever get there, I
Gotcha.
guess.
But conveniently located on Cinema Drive in Valencia. We're going to talk about the change in the weather, because sometimes, a change for us here in SoCal with weather doesn't necessarily mean, like the mid-states or the East Coast, where once it turns cold, it just stays cold for the entire season. We have cold mornings that turn into sometimes very warm afternoons.
Right.
How does this, I know my skin gets dry and affected. We have staticky hair and all that kind. How does it affect the dogs and the cats in our world?
Yeah, it's very much the same, actually. So when we're affected by the seasons, just like you mentioned, the dry skin, allergies, itchy skin, whether that's from being dry or from other things, that they tend to get the same things. So right now I am seeing a lot of dry, itchy skin. I think a lot of it has to do with the dry weather and the cooler weather, but also just the bad air quality that we've had lately too will certainly affect them. So you got to kind of think anything that's going to affect us in certain ways is going to do the same to them. So to help with those things, certainly trying to keep their skin more moisturized. So a lot of times using omega-3 fatty acids helps a lot. So like fish oil.
Do you rub it on them or give them internally?
Internally. So
Like
you
a-
would
like
just
a pill?
like add it to their food or, stick it in a little treat and give it to them that way.
Uh-huh.
And if you use it consistently, I've found that really helps not only cut down on shedding, but also help with the dry, flaky, dandruffy type skin.
And okay, so if we see a little bit of an uptick in scratching, maybe that might be the issue with, because I'm doing it already. You just get that dry skin.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. Does it mean that they're dehydrated? I mean, they should know to go to the bowl and drink. Or
They should. And some animals are better at that than others.
really?
Yeah. So, especially some cats aren't big water drinkers, and they really should be. So sometimes that's why, canned food or the moist foods help with that, because there's more hydration in it. There's more moisture in it. But also if you have an animal that just they don't go through a lot of water, it seems like maybe less than what you would expect for them, you can always try changing their water sources. So a lot of times, especially cats, like the recirculating water dishes, like those little water fountain type dishes.
Is it entertainment to them, or do they just find that's how they want to
I think
drink?
it's a source of interest, and it gets them interested, and then they want to drink more. And maybe the water tastes better because it's constantly like refreshing itself and kind of aerating itself. That's why a lot of cats like to drink straight from the faucet and that
High maintenance cats.
they're cats.
High maintenance. Okay. Do dogs here? Let me ask you this question: fact or fiction? When dogs shiver, is it because they're cold?
Not always.
Okay.
They can shiver because of their cold, for sure. But more often than not, like if they're indoors, or certainly if they're in kind of a different environment and they're not sure, the shivering can be just from stress or nerves. They're a little anxious, a little scared. They can shiver if they're in pain. So there can be many reasons.
The cold, the seasons changing, does that make a dog want to kind of cuddle, like burrow in a bed, or how they scratch their way and try, and they're really not moving too much, especially my dog when gets on the couch. The cushions aren't going anywhere,
No.
pal, but they try.
Go through the motions. Yeah.
What does that exactly mean? Is it because they want to get cozy, or is it what are they doing?
I think part of it's wanting just to be cozy and comfortable. I mean, I know my dog kind of does it no matter what. When he gets on his bed, he pulls it around with his mouth and he digs at it and stuff. And so I think it's just, to be comfortable.
They're just trying to be cozy.
Yeah. But I know for certain cats, when it gets cooler out, like my own cats definitely are cuddlier. They want that body heat and to be all cozy and warm.
Yeah. We're being, I think my husband and I have reached the point now with these, we keep the window open. We love the window open at night. We put an extra blanket on, but the dog is getting closer, doing that thing where they push us out of bed, and we end up like, on
you have a little sliver.
A little sliver. Uh-huh. It's a sliver.
Yeah.
And how does a 10-pound dog do that during the night? That is a phenomenon that I don't understand, because I seriously wake up. I don't really remember that the dog is doing it, yet I wake up on the edge of the bed.
They have skills. Yeah.
Mad skills. Right?
Yeah.
Do your dogs do that to you?
My cats, actually. Yeah. So my little dog sleeps on his bed on the floor, thankfully. But my cats sort of tend to take over the bed.
And you wake up on the edge as well.
Two cats. I'm kind of contortionist. One's by my legs, one's by my head, and I'm all
making the best of it.
Yes.
Do you have any specific advice for us, and for our listeners as well, as far as making the transition from like hot summers? Because we know on those hot days we don't take the dog out on the hot pavement.
Right.
Is there any kind of that type of advice for the fall weather?
Our falls, even our winters are relatively mild, like you stated, considering the rest of the country. It's very mild. So it's kind of nice because in this kind of weather, we are more free to take them out, not just early in the morning or late in the evening. We don't have to worry so much. So we have more time to have them have playtime and exercise. And so that's kind of nice. If you have an outdoor dog or even an outdoor cat, just when it is getting cooler, make sure that they have somewhere cozy to go, where that's a little den of some sorts, or letting them into the garage where there's like maybe a little heat source so they can feel warmer, because the night times get really pretty cold.
They
can
absolutely
get pretty chilly.
Hence the sliver of bed.
Yes.
Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto from Cinema Vet. Check out the website. Beautiful, beautiful picture of you and the dogs that. Now, refresh my memory. They're not your dogs, or they're your older dogs?
They were my dogs.
Okay.
Since that picture is now pretty old, so they've since passed away from very old age, and they were lovely.
Beautiful dogs.
Lovely dogs.
Beautiful dogs. But if you're looking for a vet in the area, come on, she's the best. And she's knowledgeable, but she's fun. And I don't think there's an animal you don't like. Like we even talked about, no, seriously, because I know your partner deals with a lot of weird, weird
she gets
animals.
To see fun stuff too. Yeah.
See, you say fun, I say weird, and I stand back. See what I mean? Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto from Cinema Vet. Go see her. What's the best number to get you at?
Yeah, 661-253-9300.
She loves them all. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.